Hi, TOT Carlson here with another action figure review. Today we're going to be visiting the Back to the Future franchise with Battle of the Bands Marty McFly. These Back to the Future figures were put up by Neca, a company that's probably best known for their figures of like horror movie characters and monsters, but they've also done a few other things as well. And now they're getting into the Back to the Future franchise with a few releases. We'll do an unboxing of this figure, and then I'll give my opinion. Here's the front cover, which is based on the Battle of the Bands flyer from the film. Side of the package, nice art with the DeLorean there. Pretty much the same thing on that side as well. There's the top. Here's the bottom, which also has some credits for the creation of the figure. The front folds open, so you have a view of the figure on display on this side in the picture. You can actually see the figure itself over there, which we'll take out in just a second. On the back here, more pictures of the figure and the accessories that come with it. And at the bottom, they got pictures of some other figures, including different versions of Marty and then Doc Brown and Biff Tannen. Might have to add a few more of these to my collection at some point. But for now, let's go ahead and open up Marty. Now, like I said, this figure is based on the 1985 Battle of the Bands audition version of the character from the beginning of the first film, but it also incorporates some elements from the Enchantment Under the Sea dance in 1955 at the end of the movie. Also, if I take that out and you look back here, there's a nice little, backdrop photo of the Battle of the Bands. So it looks like he's on stage in front of the drummer. That's pretty cool. Here's the figure itself on the card. And I'll start by taking off the accessories and just showing off what's included with the figure. He's got two small pieces of paper that he can hold, one of which, this is small so it's kind of hard to see here, but that's the family photo that's fading away of him when he's playing on stage at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. There's also a Save the Clock Tower flyer. And on the back of that, it's got a little love you note, so I'm guessing Jennifer wrote that to him. Got a phone number on there. Of course, it's the world of entertainment, so it's a fictional 555 number. And then right here, he's got his Walkman, so he can throw the headphones on him. That's what he used to trick his dad into going to the dance by impersonating Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan, and then torturing him with Eddie Van Halen guitar riffs. Classic stuff. There's also two interchangeable hands here. For the left hand, there's a gripping hand as opposed to the open hand that's normally there. And then for the interchangeable right hand, we get a guitar picking hand as opposed to the disappearing hand that he normally has. Right here we have Marty's guitar, which comes with a strap, so you can easily put it over the figure. There's two heads attached. The more normal-looking expression is on there by default, but he's also got this, mouth slightly open head included as well. Honestly, not a huge fan of either of the faces that come with this, although the level of detail on the figure is pretty solid. Now we're going to take the actual figure off of here. Yeah, and right from the get-go, one thing you'll see, there is a lot of detail on Marty here. There's actually wrinkles in his jacket and ridges, in his jeans. You can tell that NECA, when they put out a figure, they go pretty far. I'm glad that they didn't do cloth clothing on this, because cloth clothing never really looks good on figures. And then his head can move up and down and also rotate left to right. I'll go ahead and interchange this with the other head for the purposes of this review. It is a little hard to get this on and off here. There we go. We got his other head on here. Then there's, ball joint arms here. The elbows are articulated. The wrists rotate. Like I said, there's interchangeable hands as well. He's got the disappearing hand here that's slightly transparent. That's an element from the Enchantment Under the Sea dance that they incorporated into this figure. Again, I'm not sure why they didn't just do Battle of the Bands Marty McFly and Enchantment Under the Sea Marty McFly separately. It's kind of an odd compromise. You look at the close-ups of his jacket there, you can kind of see his guitar pin and his button that he wears. Under the jacket's not removable, you can actually see his shirt underneath, and that looks pretty accurate. You can also even kind of see the the overall pattern on the back, so I'm glad they didn't overlook that element. And then right here you got his jeans, and ball joint legs. The knees are articulated. And then his shoes can move slightly. One thing I do want to address is that his shoes do not have the Nike name or logo on them. This is almost certainly due to legal issues. They just have this little red line that kind of looks like half of a Nike swoosh. I'm sure getting the rights to use the Nike name on this probably would have cost a fortune. That said, the shoes actually do look pretty accurate to the film, and they've even got like some wear and tear on there, so they look like they've been used. And I appreciate that they make it look like the clothing he's wearing is used clothing that he's worn. It's not just like pristine and brand new off the shelf. Now why don't we try out a few of these accessories? We'll go ahead and switch out his hands so that he can actually hold the other stuff. Right there we've got his guitar picking hand. Disappointingly, there's not just like a regular right hand. There's only a guitar picking hand and that vanishing hand. And then we'll put his gripping left hand here so we can have him hold some of those other things. Okay, then we got his gripping hand in place. So since we got it right here, I'll get the photograph of his family disappearing. I know it's kind of hard to see that in the video. But like right here, I'll put that in his hand. Kind of hard to get this just right, but you can see right there, like you can have him grip that like he's holding it. And that looks pretty decent. One complaint I do have about this and the flyer that he comes with, these are like actually made out of paper, so they're very thin and flimsy, and I'm worried about ripping these, honestly. So trying to handle those with care to the utmost extent. Same deal here. We got the Save the Clock Tower flyer. He doesn't really grip these too super firmly, so you got to find out how to get it just right. Yeah, that goes right there. And I mean, I'm not going to work forever to get him to grip these perfectly. We got his Walkman here with headphones, so we'll try that out next. That actually goes into his gripping hand pretty easily. Again, there he is with his headphones on. I guess if you wanted to, you could probably run the cord under his jacket so it's a little less invasive. Last but not least, we'll give him the guitar. It comes with the strap, so that makes it a little easier to get in his hands. And there, we're going to have him grip the neck of the guitar so it looks like he's playing. There, so there you got him gripping the guitar, and he's got his guitar pick hand over here, so he's ready to go on stage. So overall, how do I feel about this figure of Marty McFly? Level of detail on the figure is great. I love the accessories that come with it. Pretty accurate to the character, and it's nice stuff. And I think aside from the facial expressions, it really does do the character justice. I mean, you can see all the details there, the wrinkles in the jacket, the pattern on the jeans. Neca usually goes pretty well with the detail when it comes down to things, and that's certainly no exception here. As for the cons, like I said, there's no Nike logo on the shoes for obvious legal reasons. And the other thing too, not a huge fan of really either of the faces that are included with the figure. They just kind of have clueless, blank expressions. And Michael J. Fox certainly had more personality than that when he portrayed the character. And then, of course, the issue that they couldn't decide if they wanted to make Battle of the Bands Marty McFly or Enchantment Under the Sea Dance Marty McFly. So we have things like the Vanish Hand and the photo of his family. But overall, I think it's a great display piece, and I think Back to the Future fans won't be too disappointed with it. Are you a Back to the Future fan, and have you picked up any of these figures from Neca yet? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel because I'm always posting new videos, and be sure you give this one a like if you find it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.